Inverse variation. An inverse variation is y equals our constant divided by x. So to find our constant for inverse, we multiply our x and our y. So let's find and write the function rule for the following situation where they vary inversely. So if we do 6 times 2, our constant's going to equal 12. So our inverse variation is y equals 12 divided by x. For this one, to find our constant, we have 1/10 times by 20, and 1/10 times by 20 is 2. So y equals 2 divided by x. So let's look at each pair of points on this graph, which are inverse variations, and find the missing value. So first we want to find the constant of 4 times by 3.6. So 4 times by 3 6/10. Our constant equals 14 4/10. So in order to find the g, which is my y, I know I have y equals our constant, which is 14.4, divided by our x, which is 1 2/10. So 14 4/10 divided by 1 2/10, y equals 12, which in this case is actually a g. So let's look at this one. Find the constant of 50 times 13. So the constant of this inverse would be 650. So now to find t, which is our x value, y equals 5. Our constant 650, but we don't know our x, which is t. So to solve this one, we want to create 5 and make that into a ratio. So we can cross multiply. So 5 times t is 5t. 650 times by 1 is 650. So when we divide both sides by 5, 650 divided by 5, t equals 130. Now we want to determine whether the table is either direct or if it's an inverse. So let's start with just inverse since we just got done doing that. If we do 3 times 12, 3 times 12 is 36. 6 times 6 is 36. 9 times 4 equals 36. And 12 times 3 is 36. So since these are our constant, my constant is 36, we multiplied. This is an inverse variation. So the equation would be y equals 36 divided by x. So let's look at the second one. Let's do the same process. We want to figure out if it's an inverse or direct. So if I did 3 times 12, I get 36. 5 times 20 equals 100, which that is not the same constant. So we know inverse doesn't work, so let's check our direct. Remember, direct, we take our y divided by x, so 12 divided by 3 is 4. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. 32 divided by 8 equals 4. And 40 divided by 10 also equals 4. So since we're dividing, this is a direct variation. So our function is y equals 4 times x.